Okay. When I watched Perfect Blue by Satoshi Kon for the first time, I was mind blown. Satoshi Kon's visual identity could be felt in his movies. His storyboarding and editing were off the charts, and I, as a video maker and editor since a child basically, couldn't have found a more spot-on director for me to appreciate. Little did I know though, in 2017, that my favorite, not movie, piece of media of all time would be a movie by Kon himself. And I'm talking about Millennium Actress, or Sennen Joyuu. Famous elder iconic actress Chiyoko gets interviewed by two journalists, one of whom is a massive fan of hers. She tells how her whole career was ignited by a sudden love at first sight towards a mysterious man, and that in order to one day find him again and return the mysterious key that he left with her, she pursued the career of an actress. Sounds pretty simple, right? Pretty straightforward plot. When I watched Millennium Actress though, I was mind blown with how amazing it was, but I felt weird. Nothing ever connected to me on such an intimate, personal level. And the best part was that I couldn't even figure out why. 5 years later, I think I got the answer. Millennium Actress is an ode to Japanese cinema, yeah, which by the way I truly respect and admire, but that wasn't why Millennium Actress made me listen to hours on end to Susumu Hirasawa's ethereal, dynamic and hopeful tracks while thinking of one thing and one thing only. This actress running from stage to stage, from world to world, so effortlessly. Why? Why does this movie have such a simple story that's just so easy to understand at face value, yet I kept thinking about it every day? It's curious to see how a good amount of my favorite anime share this theme. Back then, what I could extract from Millennium Actress was that it's about the journey, not the destination. Which, clap clap to me, because that seems pretty accurate to my present self. But that is only a fraction of what we can witness in this piece of work. Millennium Actress, more than being about an actress, or cinema itself, or about a silly girl who is blindly running towards an unrealistic goal of finding a faceless painter that she randomly fell in love with for a few moments, is actually about art. Art itself. It's a faceless man, so it's a blank slate. He has no identity. It's a painter. Gives Chiyoko a key. Chiyoko madly falls in love with him, to the point of chasing after him her whole life, not finding him, and even so, being in peace with that reality. This is truly the most clear-cut metaphor I've ever seen for the emergence of the creative process. As dedicated as I was to my studies, nothing ever made me feel realized. Until the day I picked up a camera and, together with my two best friends, started a YouTube channel with which we had the most fun possible, creating videos that became an eternal time capsule we can always look back at. I had to leave the hometown I grew up in until my teen years, and along with that, the time I had to spend with my friends, but that's not necessarily bad at all, as I got to expand my horizons a bit more and met more amazing people with whom I grew my love for multimedia and anime. I visited my friends often, and I made silly video montages here and there to remember those moments. I also made some AMVs, which only made sense, but while the final product was always satisfying, I often procrastinated and felt uninspired to do anything. I eventually finished college, landed on the first job that I could get in my hometown, and called it a day. That was 2020 for me. But I felt empty, and the emptiness only got stronger and stronger as my creative juices withered away slowly but surely over time. It's January 2021. I lost my job. Yay! Isn't that exciting? No. I was consumed in a total unhealthy, eternally looping anime watching session, imposed by myself due to my lack of confidence and urgency to find meaning in my life. So yeah, that was an experience. But then, I saw a man. He was dangling some keys in his hands. I was mesmerized by him. He was an artist. He truly loved his craft, and his ideas and passion made me want to talk to him forever. But then, he ran away. You're always in my mind. I can't stop trying to find a way to get to you. I want to know what I can do for you. I can't stop chasing you. This is all pretty romantic stuff that I'd like to say to the concept of art itself. That feeling of creativity, it comes as a sudden click, just like with love. Getting feedback from the art you conceive sends butterflies to your belly. Having an amazing idea fuels your passion, and seeing how far you went, step by step, trying to understand the feelings of your art, you start going faster and faster and faster and faster until you start running, chasing your passion in a rush, trying to grasp it one day, eventually, certainly, maybe, perhaps, never. In fact, I'm still chasing it now, and while I haven't been running for nearly as long as Chiyoko did, I certainly won't stop anytime soon. And if I do, I probably just lost my key and am looking for it. Because, yeah, it's like your stamina bar got unlimited supply. You do, in fact, start running effortlessly. And that doesn't mean it isn't harsh along the way, with bumps in every corner. That's always a given. You just find the fuel to keep going until your end. Thinking about Millennium Actress, I concluded this. Most of us here on YouTube probably have some level of appreciation of art, be it in anime, games, or even online content like what you're watching right now. Thank you. And many of us dream of reaching a certain goal. Whether it's becoming a musician, a cinematographer, a makeup artist, a designer, or even a YouTuber, we all share one thing in common. If we don't run day after something, we'll never improve our craft. And this obviously applies to almost any situation in our everyday lives, but in the case of art, it's a bit different. You, as an artist, what would you do if a mesmerizing stranger handed you a key and said, "This is the key to the most important thing there is to you"? As an artist, wouldn't it be convenient if the key to the most important thing in the world led you through an entire life experience of chasing and perfecting your art as much as possible? Well, that happened to Chiyoko, and while she might have succeeded as an artist, she still felt the push to keep chasing the most important thing in the world for her as she passed. A yearning for art is almost parallel to a yearning for love. If you don't attend to it, you just don't feel right. It's the thing that gives you the most pleasure and the happiest moments in your life, and makes you go through the wildest emotions you've ever experienced. Romanticizing art is so perfect. You know what all artists keep chasing indefinitely? Their next best piece ever. Their next best performance ever. Their next best video ever. Their next. But in life, we don't know what our last next will be. However, even beyond their deathbeds, no matter how early they die, and how fulfilling their lives may have been, artists will keep chasing their most important thing ever. Infinitely. Wherever it goes.